Right now, lawns across the country are experiencing an issue that they may never have seen before. Here you can see I've got these heads popping up all over the place. Now they vary in terms of how many I've got in a particular area, but they are showing up everywhere. The good news is it isn't any type of a pest. Grass is somewhat unique because it has two different ways that it can spread out. The first is by extending its root system. That's the main way that your lawn is going to spread out and fill in bare areas. But grass can also develop seeds that can drop into the soil, and that's what you're seeing here. You can't get rid of these seed heads in most cases because it's a natural part of the process. But you may have never seen these seed heads before and you're not going crazy. They may not have been there. Grass seed heads don't always develop each year, so getting these things doesn't mean that your lawn is having a problem. In fact, it's the opposite. This is telling you that your grass is so healthy and doing so well that it wants to spread out as many ways as possible. So you might be thinking that having this seed at all is an amazing thing. You'd be getting free grass seed and you'd automatically overseed your lawn. But unfortunately, that's never going to be the case on a home lawn because the grass plant itself wants to grow between 8 and 14 inches tall depending on the variety. And unfortunately, these seeds are immature. They're never going to reach that mature height that they need to get to so that they can eventually drop off the plant and seed. There is another big negative to having these seed heads in your lawn. When these things are developing, your grass plant is putting most of its energy into seed development, and that means that your grass isn't going to look as good. You're going to see yellow blades, you're not going to get as much root development, it won't be spreading out. So as a homeowner, we want to discourage the grass from putting out those seed heads so that we can get its energy back where it belongs, into the blades of the lawn and into root development. So the way you can do that is not using any chemicals, nothing too severe. In fact, you just want to mow your lawn, but you want to mow it shorter than you usually do. I'd recommend that you go down about a ½ inch to 1 inch further than you normally mow. This should get most of the seed heads up. And it's super important that you keep that mowing up at least once a week for 2 to 3 weeks. That's going to eventually discourage the grass from putting those seed heads out, and it will put its energy back to the main plant itself. Now there is some other bad news about these seed heads. When they do eventually die off, you're going to see that those stalks turn brown, so they will give a bit of an overall weird look, but they're actually pretty sharp. So if you're walking on your lawn barefoot, you'll definitely feel those things under your feet. That's why it's generally a good idea to bag your clippings during this time because it's just going to put too much junk in the lawn and you don't really want those hard stalks sticking up. And eventually the grass plant will give up and it'll continue putting its energy into root development and good color and blades in the lawn. Now I like mowing a little bit shorter anyway. I typically cut between 2 to 2.5 inches, sometimes as much as 3 inches, but overall I think it gives a better look. But it's critical when you're getting those seed heads to bring your lawn down a little bit further to end the pod development so that your lawn will continue looking good for the rest of the season. And I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.